Oh. I can't move. I can look around. Okay.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
That'll do. Every button just zooms in.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7 years ago? What? Orcas Island Gazette. There's a lot of papers in there. That's an interesting mailbox.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Move the mouse sensitivity up a little bit. That's better. No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. I hear a frog. Can we see it? Don't think so.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Gets a bit dark over there. Can't read it.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
This feels like the right way now. I want to go on along the road more. I don't think there's a run button either, annoyingly. We're walking pretty slowly.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
A deer. Nope, can't follow it.
The house was exactly like I remembered it. the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Good question. Who is Edith Finch? I don't know. Am I Edith Finch? I know my character has
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
Has inherited the
As if
house.
they're about to say something, but never do.
I'm quite liking it so far, though. Was this where I was earlier? Yep, there's the missing person poster. Definitely needs a run option though. Looks pretty impressive. Nice wheelbarrow. Wanna play some basketball? Needs a new net. Hey Spud, how you doing? We've just started What Remains of Edith Finch. You played this one before, or?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Very interesting house. No? It's all new to all of us then. This is my first time loading it up as well. All I know about it is it's a short game, like 2.5 hours long.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
And it's a collection of short stories. What type of game? I don't know. Whether it's just a walking simulator, which it seems like so far.
Moving around in the garage.
I was just around there. Whether it's a walking simulator or a horror game or whatever, I really don't know.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Did I miss something outside at all? Probably can't go back out, can I? Nope.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
So she's inherited this house and hasn't been back here until now, and she's now
For the
17.
first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith, Eddie, Dawn, Lewis. We might be Edith. In loving memory of Lewis Finch. Maybe the brother? December 27, 1988 to November 21st, 2010. Brother of Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson of Eddie. Died at 22. Damn.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I wouldn't complain. Chinese is good. That's an old style microwave.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, there's a lot of everything.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What's in there? Are they packaged beans? Packing beans? Is that door glued shut? Yeah, I've only just finished that other series.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Interesting. I guess I need
Mom
to...
always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Why did everyone leave, though? There's Eddie's chair. Ah, was Eddie in a wheelchair? Yep.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
So glued up all the bedroom doors.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Was there a peephole in the first room down here that I saw glued shut? Yep.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
In the library? That doesn't make sense. Did I get everything up here? Oh, that goes up more.
Whenever people ask me about my family,
The first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Looks like it's sealed or shut at the moment.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Oh. So Edie is also named Edith Finch. Sven Finch, 1915 to 1964, and Edie is 1917 to 2010. Also 2010.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Why is the bathroom sealed off? Calvin?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
With his dead brother? What? That's a bit disturbing.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
So the whole family lived in the house, and as each person died, instead of someone else living in the house, in the room, sleeping in the room, they sealed it off and built another room. Strange.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
This room's not sealed off.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
A 1,000 leagues
Turns
under
out,
the sea.
my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Does that go into this room? Into Molly's room?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Peephole is just up there.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Well, it's nighttime all of a sudden, so are we now, Molly?
My Halloween candy was all gone. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh.
I kept eating and eating.
You should never eat toothpaste. Ugh. Or you should never swallow toothpaste.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I don't think they're safe to eat. As long as you didn't eat anything out of the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
A
It
bluebird.
was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Oops.
Suddenly, I was an owl.
Oh.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I can't move up and down. I can only move side to side.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
It's definitely a different type of game.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Well, where to go? There you are.
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What am I now? What the?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Octopus, yeah.
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
Oops.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
We're back in the water, are we?
I slithered onto the sand,
No?
and the good smell went into an old pipe.
This is a weird game. Snail? Maybe?
I got closer and closer.
And we're back in Molly's room, are we?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Kinda wish I'd used Molly's door there.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
As Molly. There's the octopus. There's the cat. I can't go back inside.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Norway.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Damn.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Died at 57 years old. Damn. Built 1937 by Sven Finch.
When Edie told people
Finch.
Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, that sounds like a good detail to leave out.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah.